take a look at our next weather headlines. This is what we're watching for. We're looking at that next round of those afternoon thunderstorms and showers. And then on top of that, we're still going to have a little bit more of that humidity. So it may feel a little bit more sticky for our standards here in Southern California. Obviously nothing like the East Coast, but for us, we like that dry air. So anytime we get that moisture, we feel it. The good news is that we'll have some decreasing humidity as we head into tomorrow. And then as we head into the rest of the week, it's going to start to feel a little bit better, back to normal, and then a slight warm up on tap once we head into this Labor Day weekend. We are already waking up to 70-degree conditions in areas like Burbank and also Claremont, 75 for San Bernardino, 73 for Moreno Valley, and then take a look right up and down the coast. Temperatures this morning waking up to the upper 60s from Malibu all the way to Laguna Beach. All right, so here's a look at our current conditions as we head into the afternoon. So this afternoon, we're not looking at a lot of the triple-digit heat like we saw yesterday, but again, with the humidity, it's going to make it feel a little bit hotter than what the thermometer is reading. So I'm going to take you over to Woodland Hills where they saw triple-digit heat yesterday. They're looking at highs today, 94. So improving, but again, with the humidity, it's going to feel a little bit hotter in some spots. Our beaches are looking pretty good, comfortable, mid-70s. We'll have those low 80s for the Long Beach area. And then as you head a little bit more inland, Whittier still toasty, upper 80s. Anaheim also looking at those mid-80s. And then for the rest of Orange County, we're looking at those inland conditions staying in the mid to low 80s from Mission Viejo to Santa Ana, and the Huntington Beach and San Clemente are going to fare out in the mid-70s. Inland Empire still pretty hot, and then the Inland Empire, just like yesterday, we could still see the chance of those isolated thunderstorms and showers drifting off the mountains and headed into some spots like we saw yesterday because of that monsoonal moisture. So again, we're still looking at the Inland Empire this afternoon, especially because we're expecting a little bit more activity, as I mentioned, up over the mountains and over our high desert communities. Okay, so now let's pull up our forecast to show you what happens as we head into the next few hours. We start to see a little bit more of the clouds bubbling up over the mountains. So around the lunch hour, we could see those isolated thunderstorms and showers pick up, especially over our mountaintops like the Wrightwood area. And then we could see a drift into some of our high deserts. So again, this is something that we're going to continue to watch. A little bit more activity picks up by the afternoon, and that's because once the sun is fully up and then we have a lot of that unstable air mixed in our atmosphere, it begins to cook. And so this is what things really start to erupt as we head into the afternoon, early evenings. So we'll continue to see this activity until the sun goes down, and then we're looking at a little bit more of a quiet weather pattern. And then by the time we head into Wednesday, we're going to see a little less humidity because that high pressure system begins to move a little bit more to the east. Take a look at our highs today. So another round of isolated thunderstorms and showers still possible for the Inland Empire, mid-90s. By tomorrow, a little less humidity. It's going to feel a little better. We're still going to see those temperatures head into the mid-90s, and then a slow warm-up progresses with the drier air as we head into Labor Day weekend with temperatures topping out in the high 90s from Saturday into Monday. So for the valleys, you're out of the triple digits today, but you're looking at temperatures pretty much staying in the mid-90s for the next few days. And then by the time we head into the long holiday weekend, we could see triple digits resurfacing as we head into Sunday. LA and Orange County, mid-80s for the next few days, and then gradually warming up to the upper 80s by the time we head into the weekend. All right, Chris, Kalina, back to you.